What's up guys, it's Tommy here and welcome to a brand new Liverpool transfer news video, because Liverpool are linked with Yuri Tielemans, who only has 1 year left on his contract and he doesn't want to sign a contract extension, so he would be open to a move to Liverpool, and Liverpool could get him for a cut price deal way below his transfer value. Yuri Tielemans' transfer value right now, according to Transfermarkt, is pretty high. It's 55 million euros, but Liverpool could get him for around 25 million euros, which is around 20 million pounds, because as you can see, his contract expires in 2023 and he is an absolutely brilliant player, and I think Liverpool really need a player like this, who is a deep-lying playmaker, who can play in a variety of a position. Liverpool are looking to sign an attacking midfielder who can play as a holding midfielder as well, and Yuri Tielemans is exactly that. He had 7 goals and 5 assists in 50 games last season, and he's not a very injury-prone player. And in this video we will take a look at all the reports. As you can see, in the past 2 seasons Tielemans played 101 games, so he is very reliable. And according to the journalist Ben Jacobs, he said that Tielemans and his agent would welcome Liverpool's interest, and as he runs down his contract at Leicester City. Jurgen Klopp said if they do bring in a midfielder, it will only be because that name brings in long-term quality, and Tielemans is exactly that. What strikes me, according to the journalist, is that I think Liverpool need to bring in a playmaker, but it is whether that is part of their long-term strategy. There are a variety of midfielders who could be considered by Liverpool. One is Yuri Tielemans, who would be open to a Liverpool move, and I know that because his agent had pushed Liverpool links earlier in the windows, particularly in January when Arsenal links formed. Liverpool have always shut down Tielemans links, so if they did move for him, it would be more of a U-turn than a strategy, and a lot would depend on the price. And according to former Leicester City captain Wes Morgan, the amount of work that Tielemans does off the field and in the gym, the hours he puts in, is the reason why he's producing these magical moments in the Leicester City shirt. He's always the type of player to be doing extra shooting back threes at the end of the game. If you keep working hard like that, then it pays off. Now you see the best of him. He wants to add goals to his game and assists to his game, and he's producing that on a weekly basis. And according to a Leicester newspaper, Liverpool are tipped to complete the transfer for Tielemans. And former Liverpool defender Steven Warnock believes that the situation around Tielemans' contract, Liverpool could take advantage of that. A lot has been made of Liverpool needing midfielder reinforcement. I do agree. I think the owners at some point will have to put their hands in their pockets and give Jurgen Klopp an extra player, whoever that may be. One of the guys that stood out for me was Yves Bissouma, who went to Tottenham, and for the transfer fee they paid for him, I think it would have been perfect for Liverpool. But the other one at the moment who is available, and he seems like he's after a move, is Tielemans at Leicester. You think he could be an option if you pay about 25 million pounds for someone like him to come into that midfield, to offer the competitiveness that is needed in those central positions. It's always a worry when you have your worst start to a Premier League season in 10 years. It's a massive concern, and I think for 25 million to get a 50 million pound midfielder is really a no-brainer. Tielemans is only like 26, 27 years old. No, he's 25. He's actually even younger. He's 25 years old, and he's also a Belgium international. He has a lot of experience. He played 162 games for Leicester, and even though he's only 25, he already played 412 games in competitive club football. That is a lot, scoring 64 goals, and also for the Belgium national team he has 52 games and 5 goals. So I think signing Tielemans for 25 million is absolutely a no-brainer. And another journalist has claimed that it would not be a surprise if Liverpool make a late bid for Leicester City midfielder Tielemans, because he only has a year left on his contract. Leicester are under pressure to sell him, otherwise they will lose him for absolutely nothing next summer, and Leicester City, I think, can't really afford it to lose a player like Tielemans for absolutely nothing. And the Belgian news outlet Het Nieuwsblad have also claimed that Leicester may be willing to accept a fee as low as 20 million euros, which is around 17 million for Tielemans because he only has 1 year left on his contract. He scored the FA Cup winning goal for Leicester City in their first FA Cup trophy ever, so he made history with Leicester City. And I think it's almost certain that Tielemans will be sold by the time transfer deadline day comes, and I think Liverpool should be the club to buy him, because we can't pass up this great opportunity to get a £50 million player for 25 million, who is at the perfect age, is 25 years old. And even Liverpool.com is reporting that Liverpool could surely be swayed by this huge transfer discount that is on Tielemans at the moment. And the Express newspaper is reporting that the price for Tielemans dropped so significantly that he could be available for just £16 million. But even for 20 million, it would be an absolute bargain to get a midfielder who is worth around 50 million in a normal contract situation. And what really concerns me is that Jurgen Klopp, when he was asked, will he bring in a new midfielder, he said, it's difficult to answer, I'm not the right person to ask. As a manager, I would like to have more players who are available naturally, but I'm not in charge of the club's finances. So Jurgen Klopp would want to sign a new midfielder, but it looks like the owners are not really making the money available to Jurgen Klopp, which I find it pretty disgraceful, to be honest. Steve McManaman also said that the only thing is, if you had wanted him, you could have got him already. Can they get him for free in 12 months time? I have no idea, but for 20-25 million he's available now. If that was the case, I presume if Liverpool had wanted him, they would have taken him. But I think the circumstances have changed. At the start of the transfer window, Liverpool thought we have 8 fit midfielders, 9 if you count Fabio Carvalho. Now we are down to basically 4 fit midfielders, and all the others are injury prone, and they are out injured at the moment. Of course, Liverpool are still going to try and sign Jude Bellingham. The latest report is that Liverpool are waiting for Bellingham's situation to open up, but that is not happening at the moment. Jurgen Klopp is going to be patient, and Jurgen Klopp is going to wait for that to happen, unless he's presented with something that's too good to turn down in the final days of the transfer window. That's the Yuri Tielemans deal. Come on, Liverpool, for £16 million. You could get Tielemans, and he instantly helps Liverpool's current situation. I can't believe if Liverpool don't sign a midfielder, we are going to be short, and if we don't win the Premier League title again, then it will be a massive disappointment, because this Liverpool team should be winning more major trophies. I know we won the League Cup and the FA Cup last season, that's brilliant, but if we end up trophyless this season, then it will be a step back. Liverpool have an aging midfield. Liverpool need freshening up, and I think for 25 years old Tielemans for 60 million is an absolute bargain deal. David Maddock of course said that Dortmund are interested in Naby Keita, but Florian Plettenberg from Sky Sports in Germany have said that Dortmund are not in talks to sign Naby Keita. He won't join Dortmund. That's the latest news. I don't really want Naby Keita to go unless Liverpool sign a replacement. I said at the start of the season that I would give Naby Keita one more season just to prove himself. And then if he can't stay fit for the majority of the season, then he can leave on a free transfer. And I think that was Liverpool's original plan as well. And Alisson also came out after that dreadful defeat to Man United, and he says Liverpool will keep working hard to improve the performances, but that's the minimum requirement, and a lot of big players need to improve massively. Alisson is one of the shining lights this season. I don't have a problem with his performances, but Van Dijk, Henderson, Trent Alexander-Arnold, just to name 3 players who need to improve massively. It's really difficult to come here and speak about the defeat, Alisson said. We believe that we played in a few moments in the game even better than Man United, but in a game you have to do everything to win and to make better your performance. We all agree that we must improve, we have to be more consistent, we have to come back to getting clean sheets again, and we have to play better with the ball, making better choices. This is what we are going to chase for the next game, with our attitude changing, that sometimes during the games we make a few mistakes that you get punished for that. Teams, when they play against us, they know the way we play and they try to exploit that and try to use that against us. It's something that most times works for us, but sometimes we get punished for that, And tonight, that's what happened. Sometimes we have to be more perfect in a game. It's difficult to do that, but as a team being together, we can do that and we can improve. We just have to keep working hard in our game and everything, and then defend with the ball. And Robertson was very honest, saying that it's been really poor, the start of the season. That's not how we wanted to start. We gave every team a goal start, which is the basis of the game. You can't keep on giving yourself an uphill battle, a mountain to climb. We've conceded an early goal again. We've started slow again, and that's what needs to change. We can't keep going one goal down. Probably in the warm-up tonight, it was the quietest I have ever heard this stadium. They wanted something to lift them, and we obviously gave them it, and then they obviously got behind their team, and the players reacted, but then you end up finding yourself 1-0 down, and then at the start of the second half, we started slow again, and we find ourselves 2-0 down. And then you start finding your rhythm, we start to create chances, we score a goal, and we look to try to make them a bit nervous, but we didn't. To be fair, they sold the game out well. 2 points from 9 is really poor. It's not the start we wanted. We need to pick up our performance individually and collectively. And we play Bournemouth next, and if we don't beat Bournemouth, we can kiss goodbye of the title. I will concede the title this early on, because no wins from 4 games. When you have a pretty easy run in. I mean, Man United away, in a normal season it's a tough game, but Man United have been the worst that they have ever been in the past 25 years. But to not win against the likes of Crystal Palace, Fulham and Bournemouth, that's unacceptable. So we absolutely have to beat Bournemouth. And the problem is, Robertson can't identify the reason for Liverpool's slow starts. I can't even speak. I'm so mad. We need to address it as a team, because we can't keep going out there. It's easy talking about it in the dressing room. It's easy talking about it before the game. But we have to go out and do it. We can't keep conceding goals. We have to be the team that starts the game well, that puts pressure on the other team, not the other way around. That's 3 games this season now. Maybe Crystal Palace was a bit different. We started the game really well. We created a lot of chances. We just didn't score them. But Fulham started better than us, and Man United started better than us, and that's unacceptable. When you go back to the end of last season, Wolves, Real Madrid, Southampton, that they were all teams that started better than us. Liverpool started slow. So it needs to change. In this league against good teams, you can't keep giving them a go start. And just now, unfortunately, that's what we are doing. And Robertson said on the title race, we have always been consistent with that every season, that you just go and concentrate on the next game and try to win that. You don't really think about it until you get closer to see where's everyone at. The start of the season is always a bit messy, where you just try to find your feet. This season we haven't done it, and we are not thinking about the title race. We need to get our first win on the board. We need to get our first win, and we need to try and get ahead first in the game and try to put in a good performance, get our first clean sheet, get back to basics. And if we can do that, that's the only way we will win games. It's as simple as that. We have always been a hard-working team. We have always been honest. We have always been passionate. We need to keep doing that, but we also need to be clinical in both boxes. And if we do that, I believe the results will come, but they need to come quickly. And Liverpool have also been drawn with Derby County in the League Cup 3rd round, which will be probably played in November. But the good thing is, Man City have been drawn against Chelsea, which is brilliant. And there are 7 games where Premier League teams meet each other. Arsenal play Brighton, for example. As you can see, Liverpool will play Derby County, but Man City will play Chelsea. So one of the big teams will be out. Man United, Aston Villa is also pretty epic tie. Wolves against Leeds United as well. So there are Newcastle, Crystal Palace. There are a lot of Premier League ties. Bournemouth against Everton. But the good news is that Liverpool must beat Derby County, and then we are already in the 4th round of the League Cup. And let's try and defend our title of winning the League Cup. Let's try and win that once again. But I think the young players will play, and hopefully they can fire Liverpool to the next round. And that's it for today's video. I really hope that you guys enjoyed it. I'm also looking forward to the Champions League draw later today. I have a friend coming over and we are recording some FIFA 22 career mode together. So I'm not sure if I will be able to react to the Champions League draw. But tomorrow I will do, definitely, because tomorrow I'm home all day working on videos for you guys. So thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed this. Have a nice day. See you later. Good night.